V'hinei zehu gam ken shoresh inyan tekias shofar. Now this is also the root of the concept of blowing the shofar, shu genuchi genach hulo, which is the crying and bishvarim etrachulu, with breaking, with the broken cries and the troa and so forth, the crying out. The Shabbat v'lim tok b'chinas ha'gvuras tezah. That what's the shvarim for? What's these broken cries, or in order to break and to sweeten b'chinas ha'gvuros, the concept of the strictnesses, the zir anpin of zah. Shu b'chinas Yitzchak, which is the concept of Yitzchak. Shu b'chinas pachad v'yira b'chinas ha'istalkus lamayla, which is the concept of fear in the heart and the mind, in a way of the going upwards, the gvura that goes upwards, and not to go down and to be drawn down below, klal at all. And the main sweetening of the strictnesses of Yitzchak is through Yaakov, asher padas Avraham, who redeemed Avraham. How do you draw down the kindnesses again? It's through Yaakov. They will sweeten the gvuros of Yitzchak. So you have to awaken Yaakov, who the rachamim of Yaakov will awaken the kindness of Avraham, the chesed of Avraham will sweeten the gvuros of Yitzchak. And this is the concept of the essential desire of kindness, of the essence of the essence of the emanator, or in sof, in order to draw down, that you should draw down the revelation of the infinite light. And that you should have a dwelling place for Ein Sof for Ein Sof in the lowest realm, through fulfilling Torah mitzvos, ad lemata mata dafka, specifically down below in the lowest place, gam bebechinas achoshech v'ha'ester denoga d'asiyah, also in the darkness and the hiding of the klippas noga of the world of Asiyah, that it should be elevated to Kedusha. And this is what was said, that the Holy One, blessed be He, desired to have a dwelling place in this lowest realm. That is, that we draw down pleasure from the concept of the essence of the emanator, in drawing down the revelation of the infinite light below specifically. Inyan and this is the main concept of the blowing of the shofar, in the tekiah, in the way that we do it. Like it's brought in Zohar, that Yaakov and Avraham are united and attached to Yitzchak. That the first tekiah is Avraham, and the first set of tekios is Avraham, and the second is the second is Yitzchak, and the third is Yaakov. And you unite to sweet Yitzchak, and to sweeten the strictnesses that are in him, that Yaakov and Avraham are teaming up to sweeten the strictnesses of Yitzchak. But the question is, why do we need to sweeten the strictnesses of Yaakov? The strictness of Yaakov with kindnesses. Why not just bring down kindnesses themselves from their source? Omnam ha'inyan hu, but the concept is the dafke bechinas gvuros Yitzchak tzarich lahamtik b'chasadim, that it's specifically the strictnesses of Yitzchak that we need to sweeten with the kindnesses. She'az hein yoser tovim la'olamos mebechinas koach ha'chasadim atzmam, because then they are better for the world than the strength of kindnesses themselves. Lefi she'ikar hashpa b'riboy or v'chayos b'yoser eino el ali de bechinas ha'gvuros dafka, because the main flow and light and life force is specifically through the strictnesses and strengths above. Lefi sheyesh behem tagvores or v'chayos b'koach atzum yoser, because that's the idea of strength, that it has a stronger light and life force with a much greater force. Mikoach chasadim, from the force of the kindnesses as they come down. V'raya midam hu hanefesh, and the proof for this is from the blood, which is the soul. Shubi b'chinas hagvuros, which is from the concept of strengths and the strictnesses. V'hu ik and hamechayel adam chulu, that is the main life force for the person, is the blood. V'chein kol hashpos b'riboy gadol, so to all flow that's in a great fashion, that's not just a small flow but a great flow. That's the concept of strengths. Like the rain that comes down with strength, that divides it up into drops, and that division, which is the gvuros, allows things to grow. And the children and life and sustenance is dependent upon the mazel. Which is the tikkun of the notes are, which is the concept of gvuros and malchus in the makif and the pnimi of the Yud Gimel Tikkunim. And Bina and Hod, V'lo b'zchusa, and not in the Heichal HaZchus, Heichal HaChesed, V'lo b'zchusa v'Heichal HaChesed, not in the concept of merit, which is the concept of the palace of kindness. K'moshe Amru Shulchan B'tzafon, like they said, that the table is on the left side. The sustenance, the concept in the Beis HaMikdash or the Mishkan, is that the breads which correspond with sustenance are on the north side, which corresponds with the left hand, the concept of gvuros. So sustenance in life is dependent specifically on gvuros, like it's brought in another place. And the reason is known because the kindnesses are rooted in wisdom, which is the concept of coldness and calm and being calm. And the strictnesses, the strengths, are rooted in bina, which from the concept of the warmth, and the greatness of the light and the life force, with a greater strength. Because all warmth gives birth, marbe, and makes things greater. And someone who doesn't have who doesn't have it go like an arrow with the strength of the warmth, is not able to give birth, and so forth. So in order to have a child, it has to be with the chamimus, with the warmth to come out with the strength like shooting an arrow. And that's a concept of strength and gvuros in order to be molid. And that's why it says that I will greaten his children. Arbe b'gematria Yitzchak, that I will greaten is the same gematria as the word as the name Yitzchak, shu bebechinas hagvuros, which is in the way of strictnesses and strengths. Alkin Amar ki b'Yitzchak yikare lechazar achulu. That's why it says specifically with Yitzchak, you will have children, that you need the gvuros of Yitzchak to give flow downwards and to have the children and so forth, that it comes from the strength of Yitzchak. So you have to sweeten specifically the gvuros of Yitzchak in order to have the best flow downwards, and not just the chasadim. But on the other side, in bechinas gvuros tovim, so the gvuros are on their own are not good, because their whole idea is to go upwards and be removed. Which like the nature of flames of fire. So you won't just get the gvuros to come out and downwards on their own. And you need to draw them down through the strength of the sweetness through the kindnesses, Shemam tikosan, that will sweeten them, and how do you draw down the kindness of Avraham into the gvuros of Yitzchak? It's through Yaakov. Shemam tikli Yitzchak, that sweetens Yitzchak, the Avraham, in a way of the kindnesses of Avraham, in order to draw down the strictnesses of Yitzchak below. Then their strength is stronger than just the force of the kindnesses themselves, or in order to give flow and to awaken with a greater strength of light, and flow with in infinite flow downwards, like we explained. And that's enough to understand this. And this is the reason behind the concept of the cutting. Also in order to sweeten the strictnesses of Zeranpin, Dafka specifically, b'chasadim, with the kindnesses, that then the light will come down, and the strength, in order for Malchus to be a partzuf on its own, to be sweet, to sweeten the gvuros with the kindnesses and so forth, that the gvura is nistalik upwards, the mochin of zah, and then you draw it back down to the hamtakas chasadim, and you have a binyan hamalchus. V'zeu she'anu motzim, and this is that we find she'ikar mekor kol habrachos le'olam himshich Yitzchak Davka. Specifically, Yitzchak's the one that brought down all the brachos. He was the one that gave brachos to Yaakov, Mital Shamayim, and so forth, like it's brought in the Raya Mehemna Emor. The mashal, how the Esav is like the Satan on Rosh Hashanah, and Yaakov, who comes in with Hakol Kol Yaakov, with the voice of the Shofar, to get the brachos and so forth, and run away with tshuva, ubarach, to have v'agam she Yaakov birach labanav, and even though Yaakov blessed his sons, also the Shvatim, you have a bracha of Yaakov, lo bircham bibrachos ke'ele, but he didn't give them the same kind of brachos, mitala shamayim umishmani haaretz, the same level, that high level of blessing of the dew of the heavens and the fat of the earth. Rather, instead of these kinds of blessings, it was more of a telling them of the future about their children, ba'achris hayamim, in the end of days, rak Moshe bircham. But Moshe did give brachos, achloki Yitzchak, but not this, on the same level of Yitzchak. It's because Yitzchak specifically is the source of blessings, as is drawn down below. For that reason, and that's enough to understand. And this, that Yitzchak did not want to give the bracha to Yaakov, rather to Esav, Inyan hu. And the concept is, because the concept of strength of Esav is the dregs of the strictnesses of Yitzchak himself. And according to the viewpoint and opinion of Yitzchak, they would not have been elevated if it wasn't through the blessings, his blessings of Yitzchak, to elevate the dregs of the Gvuros. That's why it says, because the capturing is within his mouth, the souls of the converts, Rabbi Meir, Rabbi Akiva Chulo, Yaakov, Shalovash Bigdei Esav, and Yaakov, who wore the garments of Esav, Himshich HaBracha, drew down the blessing to him, Shivuraro and Nitzutzim Biasiya, Ata, that he should elevate the sparks in the world of Asiya, not to give the bracha directly to Esav, but that Yaakov should elevate the sparks by, so to speak, wearing the garment of Esav, and to be mevar v'lo yisarech zman birurim kol kach, in order so that we should speed up the time of the purification, and the time of the birurim will not extend so long. V'yav Mashiach b'mehiru v'yaminu amin v'dal, and the Mashiach should come speedily in our days. Amen. V'dal, and it's enough to understand.